Alright guys, I have another knife. Did you see that? There we go. Yeah. Now that's a knife. Does it remind you of anything? Maybe get this a little closer. Not the best lighting at the moment. So what we're looking at is stacked leather, and then on each of this side is quite attractive American buffalo horn, and then brass. German D2 steel, so stainless, but like a medium carbon stainless, so soft and flexible enough to handle impact, but it'll harden up pretty nice. I like it. It's got a fuller. It's got a weight forward design. Gets bigger from down here up to here, right? And it's a hammer peened tang. I don't know if you can see where the tang goes into the brass there. I wish I knew a little more about that. My guess is it's pretty solid. It feels solid. And usually if they hammer peened it and if it handled that, that means it's got a solid tang. So it's looking pretty good. I'm totally gushing over this knife. I love it. It's huge, it's large, it's in charge, and it's the Crocodile Dundee knife, man. It's very, very, very close. It's, you know, I bet a lot of my friends are wondering, man, why didn't you have a Crocodile Dundee knife sooner? Here's why. Every time you find one that maybe an actual copy of it, maybe it's even licensed, it's like 420 stainless steel, and it looks nice, and it costs like $300. Yeah, same thing with the Rambo knives. You know, I want those, especially the more recent ones. But man, they're like $300 and the blade's still shit. I can't do it, you know? So this was about $70. This was from a company called Steelcraft in Spain. So I was expecting a better polish. Look at that. It actually looks kind of scratched up. You know what I mean? That could be from transport. Okay? Because that's like mild scratching. You know, on this side it doesn't look that bad. Yeah. Anyways, the knife I'm completely gushing over. The sheath, not so much. Check it out. Super thin cowhide, and it's kind of dry. I was gonna soak it. They literally could soak it in motor oil for all that matters. I was gonna soak it, but this part right here that should be like a steer hide spacer, it's literally like a foam. I don't see that lasting very long, and it's so dry that there's kind of cracks right along here and on this side a little bit more on this side. Hasn't cracked all the way through, but it is making it to where it's not rigid enough to support the guard. Look at that. So, wrong way. It's actually, see the way that shakes? Okay, it's not the guard that's sitting on here, it's down here. The blade is resting on the stitching. It's bad. Not good. So it's just not rigid enough to even support the blade. It's a heavy blade. You guys can't skimp on the sheath. So the sheath is crap. This thin type of cowhide can work well, but you need to have treated it all, like seriously. If they from minute one just soaked it in some oil a little bit, it would hold up better than people would think for how thin it is. But so yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new sheath. Oh darn, sorry honey, gotta make a new sheath for my big knife. This thing's so huge. Apparently it says it's a 12-inch blade. That seems like more than 12. One description has it as an 18-inch blade. So I'll measure it when I get home, but my guess is that's 18 inches because I feel like I'm holding my big Frontier Bowie, and that's the same. That's what it feels like, and that was an 18-inch blade. So, bam, this is bigger than Crocodile Dundee's, man. I like it. It's like a sword. It's like a sword. Filipino short sword, like a borong machete or something. I like it. It's so solid. It feels nice. The fit and finish is very good. I think that the scratching happened during transport from Spain because the fit and finish is pretty awesome. You got a little bit of a gap, just a tiny bit of one, but honestly on this side it's great. No gaps here, no gap there by the ricasso, no gaps here. Very well hammer peen, nice polished brass. It's all great. Honestly, this is a spectacular knife so far. We will see how it holds up to abuse, but I don't know how much I really want to abuse it because it's so pretty. You know, it's one of the few knives I'm probably going to use it, but you know what I mean. But yeah, not digging the sheath. I'm going to make it, I'm going to have to, I like the pattern, I like the way it looks. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut that same pattern out, use real leather, double stitch, right? I can do that pretty basically. I've never done the snaps. That'll be new for me. But I found where I can get them, so over at the Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll take my wood burner. I got an iron right with a little design on it, and I can do that, and I'll throw my name right along there. That'll be cool. And I can take they have a flat iron, I can antique it. It'll be good, and I'll soak that in oil. But I'm digging the knife though. The sheath does work-ish. I just know it won't last very long. But the knife, man, the knife, it's solid. No shake. Nothing. That's my wedding ring. Nothing. No rattle. No rattling noise. That's rare. That's rare on something that's not a full ting. I usually can be like, oh, there's a tiny click. It's probably one of these little brass spacers. Yeah, okay, so that made a click. Okay, fine. One part made a click. But honestly, it's still amazing. It's still quite good. I'm digging this knife, man. Edgecraft. I'll make sure it's the right one. But there's two descriptions: Steelcraft and Edgeland, and then Steelcraft. So Steelcraft and Edgeland, I don't know if they're the same, but they got the same knife, and they're both made in Spain. So I think that they're derivatives of the same company. One of them had the buffalo horn, the other one had just leather. So, like I said, untested. We'll see how it holds up to abuse, but I'm so far just gushing over the blade. Not the sheath, the blade. And, you know, good day, mates. Yeah, I'm that cheesy.